going to work right. That's not working much better. That looks ridiculous. All right, well, we're going to try this anyway. Okay, good evening, God. Well, no, this defeats the purpose then. It's apparently the angle. I'm working on it. Good evening, Gotham. Good evening, Metropolis, Emerald City, Xanadu, Babylon, the ISS, and the rest of you. Welcome to the number one podcast that, nobody knows about, and even fewer people watch. So here are the headlines ending 3/13, 2022, as we begin 3/14, 2022, now in the 24-hour launch window of Beware the Ides of March. A Coke and a smoke, and I only have one left. I got one left. These patches are killing my arms. So, welcome on YouTube from the carryover from the face holes. Welcome. I am Scooter McGee. Website scootermcgee.com should be up and running. YouTube link, a Facebook link, a Twitter link, and should have a Patreon link updating shortly. But Scooter McGee on Patreon, the Scooter McGee on Twitter, and Scooter McGee on Facebook. So good evening and welcome. 1 a.m., just 1:01 a.m. now, Eastern Time, 9:01 a.m. Moscow time, 3:01 p.m. Tokyo time, and 10:01 p.m. in Burbank. Hello, Burbank. Instagram ban now in effect in Russia. Oh, the kids were just, and I lost, and how many, wow. Okay, so it is going to be interesting. For example, I am not that guy. Yes, there is an Instagram account. It was set up for me when Obama was president and to the election cycle. It was set up because yours truly, I said, well, I'm not ever going to get on that damn thing. All right, I will. The day I touch, my hand is touching the Nacional Hotel. That's Havana. That's Cuba. Look, I just need to touch one of Meyer's buildings, and then he's alive. Yes, he survived. He's right here touching the building. Life is good. I bring that up because in the anniversary now, just a few years back, the underboss of the Gambino crime family, allegedly the underboss of the Gambino crime family, his name just popped out of my head. Toad Hill was where he was. I covered it, and Facebook PTSD, I mean memories, reminded me of it. Oh, I can't. Again, I bring up the whole because, wow, they threw that story out to the wolves, and now it's killing me. I shouldn't have said on this day because I didn't write that down in the notes, but I will. There were a couple of comments on my social media on Facebook, hence the video earlier today, a quick live. But don't get used to that. That ain't happening anymore. Mafia name's gonna pop in my head. But a couple of comments. Dude, you got to give the history. Why are you doing it at the end of the night? We want headlines for tomorrow. All right, it's just on this day in history then. So 3/14, we're now on possible false flag alert, but it is Albert Einstein's birthday. So there's one teaser for later. We'll end it at nights with that. But the Instagram ban in effect was leading me down the path. God damn. Oh, the Mafia guy name now is going to just stick in my head. The Instagram thing. Russia now banned. Oh, that's. Oh, but the kid. Oh, the McDonald's in St. Petersburg, Russia. Some interesting videos were coming out, allegedly, of the employees moments before the closing, the official closing. See, I told you the announcement of we're immediately, and I said, wait a minute, couple 3 days in a row, the McDonald's are all still open. Well, just before the internet lockdown, here we go. Russia now is allegedly asking China for aid. Aid. Weapons, financial. Well, they're reaching out to them for aid because of the devastating economic sanctions that the American people directed Joe Biden to deliver. President Zelensky is in the news, on the news, out in the streets, and visiting the hospitals. We'll get to that in a minute. You know, I'm pretty good at head counts, and the number of people in Berlin and the estimates of up to 100,000 people coming out in protest of Russia in Berlin. That's 250,000 people if it's one. (2,187) now confirmed dead as of 3:13 p.m. 5 p.m. Kyiv or Ukraine time. Estimate accounts now in the West of 5 to 7,000 Russian soldiers to be returning in body bags, based upon the calculations of the 498 original Russian soldiers that were reported dead. I believe I called it Kremlin speak the night it came out, that it's got to be 10 to 1 and 409. Why? Because, I mean, Russia's a small country. It's a large country, but in population, and the Russians don't behave as a... You're all still shocked. Vladimir Putin is not a madman. All of these dignitaries thinking that they think like them, you're retarded. And the Soviets think like the Soviets, and Putin is a Soviet. East German, Cold War, kind of where he was stationed. You know, put your head in his space. No, not a safe zone. You people are demented and out of your minds, thanking the community with your masks on or off, distanced or not, you know, crisis after crisis, problem after problem, unexpected, yada, yada, yada. How are you listening to military experts anymore who are just, you know, amazed at the lack of this and that? And our intelligence, remember, again, it's all so fear. It's not playing out the way they want. Well, thank God all of the Sunday shows pointing out, beware the Ides of March, that there could be significant movement this week because Putin just can't remain. Something big is about to happen. You can feel it in the air. Some of the quotes. Millions now expected to flee the country. The quotes of the fear were on the first. That was right. Oh, this is ridiculous. Fear of nowhere to go. No roof over their heads or food, let alone any health care. Health care. Okay, okay. Breathe. Everybody breathe. Electricity was restored at Chernobyl, but overwhelming consensus and concern is that Chernobyl is a growing security threat. Governor Polis on CNN Sunday says that this crisis now in the Ukraine and the impact that America is having against Russia shows that green is good and that solar and wind are necessary, but now a national security imperative. A national security imperative. Governor Polis is running for president 2024. President Zelensky was seen out in the streets, credible video. He was walking through tunnels, credible video, and was handing out medals of courage. Not to be confused with my Russian Medal of Occupation. He was handing out medals of courage. That's 3/13/2022. Your prices for airline tickets in the United States are about to at least go up 100%. And the reasons they'll explain that away were, well, first of all, it was all restarting because of COVID. We can blame COVID. Then we can blame Vladimir Putin. Putin, yes. But a lot of the airfares, after they started opening up, the airlines started giving away free tickets. I mean, not free, very cheap airfare domestically and, more importantly, abroad to re-stimulate international. So, it wasn't a joke. You could get an airline ticket to go to London, $4.99 each way round trip. Oh, that's 2,000. The Concorde would cost less now. In 1980s, uninflated, calculated, without the rate of dollars. NBC News and CBS News both ran teasers, industry view. Okay, the thing in the news that, hey, make sure you stay by during the commercials is selling you crap to make you scared. Hey, we've got an announcement. President Obama is battling COVID. Again, I thought I heard the slip. President Obama is battling COVID, was the teaser. Isn't this the same guy in the interview who said, hey, if I could just sit in a bunker in a basement with a headpiece, I'd be fine. Whatever. Just saying. When in fact, President Obama needing to be in the news cycle because his condemnations and, remember when he promised that, hey, once the election's over, you and I can have a little conversation here. It's not going to be that big a deal. We, just wait till after the election. Who is Putin's puppet now? Obama or Trump? That's a legitimate question. That's hate speech. President Obama, former President Obama. See, that's the problem. Because Joe Biden, this isn't, oh, you're a Trump, you're ever a drummer. No, Joe Biden isn't the president. Kamala Harris isn't the vice president. These people, if this is it, we are screwed because they're idiots. Kamala doesn't know what country to represent or the community of international that she doesn't even know. They're changing the transcripts. Look, she just said this. Yes, we'll just change it on the internet. Nobody will notice. Former President Barack Hussein Obama announced on Twitter that he is not battling anything. He tested positive. He's fine. Scratchy throat. Michelle's fine. But the media, two different networks. When I was growing up, ABC, NBC, and CBS, and that was it. PBS was snooze hour. Former president, just checking. Obama is battling COVID. Find out when we were. Wow. Hey, the attack close to Poland there now at the largest military base. Just, where not just that base, but in Poland alone, 10,000 troops are stationed. I'm talking about the base on this side. Yeah. Oh, no, the other one. No, this one got attacked. 35 now confirmed dead, allegedly. As Zelensky is going through the town and getting a couple of YouTube videos and Instagram and social media, TikTok and everything else, the ABC News reporters wearing their helmets and their multiple flak jackets and their towels around their head, around their neck. I don't know what that's about now. There is nowhere safe in Ukraine. There's nowhere safe. And what are you doing standing there? You look safe to me. You're going to need more sound effects. In the last 12 hours, 125,000 more refugees out of Ukraine. Millions to be fleeing. Host families and or transportation or other countries, Europe, Germany, Italy, Spain, and majority in Poland. The question now NBC and CNN are asking is, where will 22.5, God, That was Scooter Damas Freudian. Where would 25 million people go? Where would 2.5 million people go? The mayor of Warsaw, Warsaw, Poland, calling for international coalition to deal with the relief effort. Oh, we're going to need more logos and letterhead. An international relief team. Oh. Hey, where's all this GoFundMe and Let's Start a money for the Ukrainian? Where's all that money going right now? Don't worry, we're going to scare the crap out of Americans. You remember in the 70s and 80s? Well, some of us do. We survived. We had good doctors. Shouldn't be smoking. I know. By the way, remember in the old days when you lit them and this fire safe? Imagine the chemicals we're putting in our bodies now. It's good for you. It's full of vitamin C. Where was I? The gas. Back in the 70s and early 80s? Siphoning gas? Nah, don't worry. See, because all the cars now and the way they were. Whoa, well, the meth heads are already crawling under for the catalytic converters. So they're now drilling holes in your gas tank in parts of Los Angeles. Nice. Burbank, how you doing? Outstanding. Glendale, nice for you to check in. Hollywood Hills. Please send me a photograph of the Bobby McGee's stained glass. Please. Or send it to Maddie and then have Maddie send it to me. They're drilling holes in gas tanks in the newer SUVs because there's a lot of gas. Get the gas. Okay. Well, more bad news. See, I smell meth heads. I know that's a pool of gas all over. This is total meth head behavior. I'm surprised this has started in Los Angeles, even though the price of reported is over $7 a gallon. I would have suspected this more in either San Francisco, or Portland or Seattle. Well, if it's happening in LA and we beta tested Doritos there and they worked, oh, stand by. You can add more security cameras and make sure that this and make sure. And the problems that it's not the problem solvers, it's the problem starters. Now crackheads and meth heads and do we call them fent heads? Because fentanyl is now in all of the illegal drugs and narcotics in the United States and North America. Say that after me. I am an important source of your protection, and you need to know that then the government is behind the mafia that's behind running the drugs, that's lacing it all. Because, see, real mafia and real drug dealers, there is no incentive for us to kill off our products. Our products being the consumers of the drugs we'd be peddling. So you're making no sense anymore. They're all of the illegal drugs in the United States. You must be safe to presume. Hey, what are the kids at West Point doing at spring break? They're dropping like flies. You don't suppose that has anything to do with every suspicious drop like that is now going to be blamed on fentanyl? Really? Tell me again how Bob Saget died. Just asking. It's not hate speech. Not a homophobe. Not a xenophobe. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm really afraid of lying mother who look me right in the eye and lie to my face. Got a big problem with you. Because anything that comes out of my mouth that you deem aggressive, he was aggressive, he was hate speech, he was hurtful, then you need to take yourself out back and go suck a tailpipe. Which, by the way, as much as we're talking about Poland and the Polish people, since we all have to direct our hate to Russia, we're going to need a good joke. And since I brought up a certain group of terrorists and a tailpipe, I'm just wondering if this was probably a bad time to go back into stand-up comedy. Probably was. The classic comics just drop the mic. I think mine wound up in the dumpster out back. Um, yeah, Los Angeles. Gas thefts now are starting to pop up, and they're drilling holes in your gas tank. You'll be lucky if you can get another one because you can't repair a hole. No, because of the bladders and all that other stuff the meth heads don't understand. And the average new car's gas tank replacement is $1,000. Awaiting word from Kamala Harris, but she's now telling the Democrats our task for winning in 2022, the midterms, our task is to show people that in many ways they got what they ordered. And, right? And there was weak applause. They got what they ordered. We have to go out and convince them of that. Oh, dear Lord. Volodymyr Zelensky is also warning NATO that they are next to be attacked by Russia. Meanwhile, outside of Kyiv at a checkpoint, American journalist Brent Renaud was killed by gunfire. Another member was taken into surgery, now out of surgery, and that interview is up all over the internet. And I think we got through everything. I'm just skimming to make sure. The national gas average as of 3:13 at 5 p.m. Mountain Time was $4.33 a gallon. Many states' governors asking the legislators to again review the gas tax and to suspend the gas tax, as they say we're not making that much. It's tax per gallon. The dollar cost is so, but they need that money for your children, for a green economy. Councilors, the mayor, I got them all. We agreed with 3 pages. 1, 2, 3. The Russian attack, again, 35 allegedly dead, reported by NBC. Nowhere to hide. The banner of COVID. Oh, one other note regarding former President Barack Hussein Obama. Then Michelle is fine and he's got a little scratchy throat. He's double vaxxed and boosted. On Twitter. Gotta love it. I got them all. And then recapping in the overnight, if you missed it, attacks across Ukraine by the Russians have stabilized in their intensity. And so now Western media is saying that stand by, all hell's about to break loose, because Putin's either going to pull back because he's going to lock down his country and tell them it was victory, or stand by, all hell's going to break loose. And it's all going to be Putin's fault, and it's going to be chemical weapons, and we could really have a nuclear attack at any moment, and there could be fears of nuclear Armageddon. Wow. Is every member of the media now on Adderall and martinis? Holy. Everybody should take a break. Everybody breathe and go cover where the $200 million in extra military aid to Ukraine is going. And then ask, what in the hell did they sign last night in this omnibus bill? While you're all getting your pins ready for this week, what color you're going to wear for your show of solidarity. I'm actually going to have my last one on air, and we're going to do On This Day in Illuminati History. And we're going to have a Coke and a smoke. How are all these Ukrainians who are allegedly refugees suddenly appearing at the U.S.-Mexican border? See, the majority are showing up in Poland and Spain and Germany and Italy, and they don't want to leave. They want their country back. They're demanding a world do something. Yeah, condemnation and tax them to death. Hey, let them drive electric cars. Is it me or does that not sound like let them eat cake? If you drove an electric car, you wouldn't be worried about high gas prices. Holy, oh my God. Okay, because you said so. It's the 314 somewhere. It's Albert Einstein's birthday. Oh man. The media will focus on the death of that's right, of Susan B. Anthony. That still doesn't explain why Janet Yellen was in Denver for 3/11 2022, and the cover story of the Cultural Center and the visit to the Denver Mint ain't working. But the media is going to focus on Susan B. Anthony. So enjoy that. 1781. The discovery of Uranus. No joke needed. Makes its own gravy. 1925, Tennessee passes legislation. What? You thought these were going to be in order? Okay, the old days there was a script and I scrolled. No, I have to read and just kind of look, and this isn't going to happen. 1925, Tennessee passes legislation to prevent Darwin's theory of evolution to be taught in school. It was just today, back then they did that. So, am I surprised where we are now? God, no. 1911. Happy birthday, L. Ron Hubbard. The late, great planet Earth. Wasn't that like a 70s movie with who was the wine before its time? Orson Welles. Happy birthday, born on this day, 3/13/1911, Susan B. Anthony. Uranus, Tennessee, Darwin, Hubbard, Gotham, Metropolis, Emerald City, Xanadu, Babylon, to the ISS, and the rest of you. Now, I may be moody for a while because this is the last one I'm supposed to be allowed to have. I'm having it with you. You can share along with the antics at scootermcgee.com. Follow me on Twitter, the Scooter McGee. Social media, Facebook is what it is. Now, when your terms of service openly allow for the call of violence and action and death to one, it's only a matter of time before they do it to all. And I mean, the last time they brought me up on Facebook, I just had a flag behind me. So, I'm kind of done with that now, I think. So if you want to support what I'm doing, please subscribe to me on YouTube. Please make a comment. If you enjoy it, please share it with your friends. And until I see you in public, in private, or elsewhere on the planet Earth, don't believe anything I just alleged. These headlines could all be wrong tomorrow. 2.5 million refugees, could be 10. What is now being reported allegedly in the mainstream of anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 dead Russian soldiers. So you can't hide those body bags on social media and all those funerals. Which again begged the question of 2020 when the hospitals were overrun here in the United States. Oh, China, plenty of time tomorrow. Today they announced they're about to open a wing of a brand new, not a wing, a brand new hospital that's going to have 2,000 beds just for what's coming next. Don't be afraid. We think Deltacron's going to be okay, but we don't know yet. We'll see if you buy the story. Don't buy anything anymore. You're going to need to buy stuff for stuff. What the media is alleging you think you need to be afraid of. They need you afraid, so you need them. And they have to pander to those who will pay to put them on the air in their obviously Adderall state of mind. some chemical that I thought I was a seasoned alcoholic and junkie for decades, but apparently I didn't experience that drug. Maybe that's what liberalism truly is. I don't know. That's not for me to decide. Good night, Gotham. Be well, be safe. Good morning, good afternoon, if the case is. We will see you on the World Wide Web every night, 1 a.m. Well, that makes no sense. Every morning, then, 1 a.m. Eastern. God bless and Godspeed.